Hi everyone, I just wanted to first thank you all for allowing me the opportunity to present on the four different forensic accounting software that will help you as the Four Seasons Board with your upcoming litigation. The first claim in this case is relief for computer fraud and abuse. In order to prove fraud under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, you must first prove that the defendant also had the intent to defraud and access the network/system without authorization. We know in this case that the defendant's computer had a prohibited protocol that allowed him to access the Four Seasons computer network. For this claim specifically, you must show that the defendant's actions caused a loss of an aggregate of $5,000 or more. In fact, according to the USC Section 1030, a loss includes the cost of responding to the offense, conducting damage assessment, restoring data, program, system, and any revenue lost, or any other consequential damages. So for this claim, I would suggest using Excel, which I assume many of you have already used, or also using IDEA. These two softwares can help you calculate the amount of damage caused by the fraud. For instance, you can aggregate the cost that you incurred to restore the data on the spreadsheet. You can also calculate the number of customers you lost due to downtime and figure out the profit margin on each customer from past sales analysis. For your second claim, which is relief for electronic communications interception, you must also prove several things to find relief under the Electronic Communications Privacy Act. First, you must prove that the defendant intentionally intercepted the Four Seasons email and intentionally use that email. For instance, we already know that the defendant's hard drive contains several software programs for the purpose of computer hacking and use the software that bypass passwords and other authorization channels. You must also prove that the defendant was unauthorized to use those communications and that the offense caused harm. And that's really the key point in these litigation and these claims is that you need to prove through these softwares how the defendant caused harm and actually quantify that harm. So for this claim, I would suggest using the Computer Online for Forensic Evidence Extractor. That's COFFEE for short. It is a tool specifically developed by Microsoft to help investigators extract evidence from a Windows computer. So this can offer more concrete proof that the emails were improperly intercepted. Microsoft has claimed that the jobs that usually take 3 to 4 hours can be completed with COFFEE in less than 20 minutes. So COFFEE is definitely a time-effective software to use. The third claim relates to the relief from trade secret misappropriation under the Uniform Trade Secrets Act. Under this act, a trade secret is defined as information which includes formula, pattern, compilation, program, process, or etc. That derives independent economic value and is subject to efforts under reasonable circumstances to maintain its secrecy. So you must prove that this information is so valuable that you have put measures in place to prevent leakage of such information. So as the plaintiff, you must prove, again, that the information stolen can be classified as a trade secret. And there are 6 factors to determine whether the information is a trade secret. And this could include information that is known outside the claimant's business, the extent of which the information is known by the employee. One other factor is the extent measures are taken by the plaintiff to guard the secrecy, the value of the information to the business, and the amount of time and effort you spent as a business to protect this trade secret. And also another factor is the ease of difficulty of which this information could have been acquired. You must also prove that it was acquired through improper means or if it involves a breach of confidence. So this is where I recommend the network defense. This is a software specifically designed to detect a breach. It includes a deep discovery function with an in-depth analysis, and through this tool you can prove that there was a breach of confidence by the defendant. The fourth act, or the fourth claim, also seeks to have relief under the Lanham Act, which allows relief if the defendant uses a word or symbol, etc., under false pretenses and deceives affiliation with the Four Seasons. So you, as a plaintiff, must prove that the false or misleading statement was made in commerce, and that the statement created harm to the Four Seasons. This is similar to the eighth claim, which seeks relief for federal trademark dilution under the Lanham Act. You must prove that the defendant intentionally used the Four Seasons trademark and has impaired the Four Seasons brand and goodwill. So in both these cases, you want to prove harm, and that's where I would recommend using Excel or IDEA, similar to Claim 1, where you use past data analysis and customer analysis to show lost customers as a result of the dilution in brand, and you can actually calculate the lost profits and profit margin that you lost due to the dilution of the brand. So this about wraps up the presentation, and I want to thank you so much for listening, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. Bye-bye.